Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is June 1st, 2026, and this is going to be a quick little trade for a small account. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Get educated. Number one, if you can learn by example, and the thing is, you need, like I always say, practice, 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 practice. See what works, see what works on it with your broker and with your account and with the amount of money that you may have, But I'm trying to do stuff with $3,000 or less, and see how that's going to work out and all, because I do have a couple accounts that are small that I hadn't, because I'm trading in a cash account, and I'm thinking about opening up a margin account where I can do some different things, but I'm going to start out small, of course. So let's take a quick look at this trade that I'm doing today. This is one of the trades that I'm going to be trying to do. I've done these trades in a larger account, and they work out pretty good. The thing is, can I do it in a smaller account, smaller size, and see how they work out? All right, let's just take a quick look at the charts here right quick. What I'm seeing, I'm SPX. SPX is the thing, too, that I want to trade. What I've been looking at here today is that the SPX, let me bring up my little marker and all. I already placed a trade, then I said, I should make a video. I've been making videos on Mondays. And thank you, new subscribers. I see I got a couple more new subscribers and all. And you notice you better catch my stuff quick and all if you want to catch it. What I've been noticing is the market has been staying above this level right here. So I ended up selling a put at that right there. Let me erase that. I sold the put at 76, 75, 65. And I sold the put spread 10 wide right here. You can see it here, and we'll go take a quick look at the trade on the monitor tab. Now the other thing, that's a 10 wide is $1,000 per contract in all. So that's again, me. I did 2 contracts, so that was $2,000 for that trade. So I'm trading 2/3 of my account with this trade and all. And the thing is, I should do both sides. I was thinking I should have did both sides, and I only did one side. I'm gonna do the other side, but I'm gonna do the other side above. Make sure I do it above this number right here, the 75.90. So I say I'm gonna do it at 7,600, saying the market is not gonna break 7,600 today. Look like it came from last week. It came up to this level right here, and all. Look, let me what I can do. Let me clear this up. Let me get back to my arrow. Let me pull this down where we can see that 7,600. That 7,600 up here is, you can barely see it. That's where the previous day high was at. I'm saying we're not going to make a higher high today at all. So, and that was probably that probably was all-time highs. Let's just go to a daily chart. That's one of the things you should also be checking and all. And let's zoom in here a little bit. And on Friday the high was 76.9938. So I'm saying we are not going to break that 7,600 and make an all-time high here on Monday, first day of the month. I think these guys will probably be trying to get in, and then once they get in, will they push it up? That's the question and all. And that'll be by the end of the day, because I am trading 0-day options again, so I'm trying to see how this is going to work out. And being the first day of the month is one of these days, one of these times where it can be good or it can be bad. You got to figure out what these guys what's happening. Me selling on the bottom side is I'm always kind of okay with that, because again, I see levels like let's go back down here to our 5-minute chart instead of that 2-minute chart that we were on. That was my entry chart. And when with this, it really doesn't matter. You're looking at levels, you're looking at probabilities, you're looking at different things and all. And I'm looking at different things when I'm selling. I'm looking at my levels. I can see that it came down to my L1 level and bounce and stuff. We are below pivot, so I kind of expect us to kind of like stay below pivot and all, in that opening line. Seems like we got below the opening line and we're staying below that opening line. but I know it's possible. Anything is possible that we can get back up here again. But in that 95, getting towards that 7,600, we may have a hard time breaking that. We didn't break it on Friday. We may break it by the end of the day. It's all based on what kind of news or what happens today, and it's early in the day still. But you want to do these things. I like doing these things earlier in the day, I would prefer to have done this around opening time, after that first 5-minute candle, place something, and I would have been placing it a little bit further out. These options would have had a little bit more juice on them at that time, and did both sides. But here a little bit later in the day, I'm doing them now, and let's see how we're going to actually handle this. First of all, let's take a quick look at the first trade that I placed, this put spread, which is the trade that you'll see in this right here. And I haven't put a closing order on it yet. As you can see, I did it at 65.55. That's 75, 65, 75, 65. You have 75, 65, 75, 55. That means I sold the 75, 65, and I had to buy it back $10 lower at the 75.55. That created that $10 difference, and then for every contract that I sell, it's $1,000. Because it's 10 times 100. 10 times 100. The difference between the strikes times the number of shares the contracts actually represents. All right, now let's go down and let you take a look at it in the account. I do have a Q trade on right now, I know, and let me erase that up. And I did do that's the SPX trade. Oh yeah, and I got rejected because I had to look and see, okay, what's the size that I can actually trade. Here's the two that I did. It got filled for $2.60. What I'm looking at here. This is the trade I just placed, 10:28 here, just before 10:30. Here's the difference, those two strikes, put and the credit that I actually received was $2.60. I'm kind of okay with that. I really like it. I like getting closer to $3. Definitely over $2.50. It's good, so I'm kind of okay with that, especially this time of the day, getting something like that, So now let's go. As you can see, there's some Q trades that I've done, and I'm probably been in and out a couple of them already, but I know I still do have some stuff sitting out there. But that's that. So we're going to go here still on this monitor tab, and I'm going to go look at activity and positions. On this monitor tab, now on activity and positions, like I said, I know I had a Q trade out here. It's probably just one contract. That's all I usually put out here, is something to mark, a place in the market for myself. I got in at 10.75. Again, it's at 10.34. Just ignore that. Just letting you see it was here. Yeah, and at that one, where's the sell? Let me I'm just verifying what I got here, and I'm looking to get out of that one at 11.61. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Probably should be an exit a little bit higher, but I'll leave it at 11.61. It's just one of my numbers. First, I usually start off with that, then I change it later. We'll see how the market goes. All right, but that's that on that Q trade. Now back to the SPX trade. As you can see, again here, what we're looking at. One of the nice things about this trade, what you're seeing here, open P&L, I wish I didn't have this open P&L at this time. We're down only, $170. So that's not too bad. Number one, and I'm kind of okay with that. Why is this looking? I keep seeing different stuff. Oh, this is where I wasn't looking at it right. Yeah, right here is our P&L. We're only down. Let me delete some of this and clear this back up. Look at this number here, because I thought this is how these trades usually work. We're at break even. I mean, if we closed it right now, the credit that we will receive would be just will be sold. Right here right now, you $60 up, $50 up. And this happens a lot with these trades and all. If you can get out of them, that's the whole other thing and all. And that's the thing here in the virtual account. I usually watch them to a point to see, yes, I would have been able to exit these in my live account with no problem and all. And definitely usually my entry is definitely no problem and all. Sometimes if I'm trying to get a really high credit, that can be a problem. But exiting these things usually is not a problem at all. So that's the one thing I noticed when it came to the virtual account and to the live account. So that's the number right there that's showing your profit at this time and all. And now let's go ahead and set up that exit trade and all. The way I like setting up my exit trade, I like going to my trade that I used to enter the market with, which was, it actually that's the cancel. Where's our field orders? Field orders is this one right here. Well, it gave us $3, and I was trying to get. See, again, this won't happen in your live account. If you was trying to get 260, you probably would get 260. You're not going to get 50 cents more, and all. Every now and then it will happen, especially if you're doing it at opening. And at opening, a lot of times I will set it higher than what I'm seeing in the market because I've gotten filled so many times. So, and that's the whole thing about using limit orders and all, especially when you're selling it. Try to sell it. Again, you want to sell high and buy back low. So a lot of times I will try to set things to sell a little bit higher than what I'm seeing in the market because it fluctuates so much at opening and all, and also at certain times in the market. Once you learn those certain times in the market and you start trying to execute your trades around those times and all, and you can get these crazy fills. But a lot of times this is not going to happen. So now to create this closing order, all I do is I do a right click on this particular platform. This is Thinkorswim. I just do a right click and I can say create opposite order. Create opposite order. It comes up. The computer's been kind of slow down here, and now it's showing me what I can close it for. Down here's my mid and natural. It's locked in at the price that I actually sold it for, and I'm gonna close this one since it did for $3.10. Half of that is $1.50 plus another nickel, so I'm gonna try to close it for $1.55 and all. So let's go ahead and set that up. I'm gonna change this to $1.55 instead of $3 and all. So on $1.55, that means I'll make $150 on these trades. And with this trading thing and all, in my small account, I'm gonna just trying to clear $100 a day. If I can clear $100 a day, that's good. And this trade right here looks like it's going to be able to give me that $100 a day with no problems. I could just try to trade it $1 at $2.10, and as you can see, if I was doing that, just trying to make $2.10, I would be real close to getting out of this trade at any time here, probably within the next half hour, because of the theta decay. Long as the market stays above, that 65 that I had sold at. But we're going to go ahead and make this $1.55, 1.55. I'm gonna do a confirm and send. Verify that it is exactly what you had set it at and all. It shows your max profit is not that and all. That's if you was actually, buying this thing, and we're not buying this thing. This is actually a close order. You can see it to close and all. So I wish they would correct that. That would be kind of nice. But I guess they should be able to do that these days. And our maximum loss on this trade is that $3 is not $3 and so whatever it is. It's the opposite amount. It's just ignore these numbers. Just make sure the order is correct based on what you're setting it for. I'm gonna go ahead and do a send on this and make sure you're in the correct account. And that's gonna sit there for right now. So now the other thing that I want to see what would happen. Let's go back over here to our 9. Up a 5. It's on 5. And I want to see, I already have one side out. Will they allow me to put the other side out with my option buying power is only $400 and some dollars. And the option buying power that I normally would need is probably over close to a couple of $1,000. But I can't lose on both sides. So let's see what this broker here is going to actually do when I try to place this other trade out here. Will they allow me? I don't know if any brokers will allow you to do this or not. I'm the vertical. and I'm gonna make it 10 wide. So again, I'm gonna have to sell at 76, and I'm gonna have to buy it back $10 higher, and I'm gonna have to make it the exact same size. So let's go down to 2 contracts. Up, I went too far. There, and we're gonna make it 10 wide. There. And I'm getting $1.50. It's saying I'm getting $1.15 credit. But let's see what happens here. Boom. See, buying power effect is $90. Oh, so it might allow me to do this. It realized that I do have that other trade on the other side. I can't not lose on both sides. And let's see. Wow, they've gotten a lot smarter. Wow, it allowed me to do it. It happened. So I can't lose on both sides. So that's the thing. I should both brokers. That's what you need to verify with the broker that you're actually trading with. Do they understand what you're trying to do? Do they understand that your maximum loss on this trade is no more than their credits that you have collected? The difference between the credits that you have collected and the spread. If they understand all that kind of stuff and realize what you are trying to do, usually they will honor that. The tasty work guys, I've got myself in trouble before with them, and they just told me just leave things alone. They'll take care of it. They know what you was trying to do, and it's taken care of. That's why I love trading with those guys. I haven't done it here with the Thinkorswim. I might have done it. I have done it here with the Thinkorswim guys 2 years ago, and all. Oh boy, and it was a pretty large trade the way it actually executed on me, and stuff. But they reached out to me right away and told me, okay, we see what's going on, and I'll here just leave things. Again, it was one of those ones where you just leave things alone. We understand what you was trying to do, and it went out that way. So again, don't get too stressed out over this stuff. Make sure first of all, make sure you, that's why I say study, get educated, make sure you understand how options work, and then get with a broker that understands how options work. Sometimes you don't think these brokers, the people that you're dealing with, don't understand how options work in the trade strategy that you're actually trying to do. So that's why I'm saying the broker that you deal with is very important. Some of you guys are just trying to go somewhere where it's cheap. These days, it doesn't really matter that much. Everybody is cheap. Everybody is allowing you to trade, your stocks for free. Your option commissions are pretty competitive. There are some that are cheaper than others, but you gotta be careful that they're not going to screw you on some trade like what I'm doing here right now, because these trades can blow you out of the water. Because just think, one contract cash settled, at 2 contracts cash settled, that's 7. Just say this thing go all the way against me. The difference between, say one of these at this time, the numbers, that's $700 some dollars times 2, that's 14 some hundred dollars in all. That would blow this account. Just one of these strikes, any one of these things over here, just pretty much about blow this account. If one leg gets exercised and the other one don't. But that's the whole thing about trading SPX. Everything is cash settled, so you don't have to worry about too much of this other crap that goes on when you're dealing with stock and stuff. So that's the other reason I will be trading this one in my small account where I know it's cash settled, and I understand the amount of cash that I have at risk at the time. That makes things a whole lot easier for me. So that's one of the things you're gonna have to get. So now we need to set up an exit order for this one right here. 210 is saying the credit was. Let's just make sure the credit that we actually got on the SPY put call side. And let's see. Field orders right here. 110 we actually got. So we're going to do an opposite order, and we're going to try to close that for half the credit that we received. So it'd be 50 cents plus another nickel. So 55 cents is where we're going to try to close this one at. So I'm going to do a right click, create opposite order, and we're going to close this one for 55.55. Now, people are going to say, what if these things go bad against you? What if they go against you? Where do you close it at then? A lot of times in the larger account, the most that I want to lose is $2. In this small account, really, I need to be a little bit more careful and not thinking about not losing those $2. If this thing gets to where uh, I like giving my trades maybe a couple of hours. So it's at 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. 11:30, I'm usually out of the other trades in the other accounts. By 11:30, I'm done. If I'm not done before that, if I'm at that time, I'm really looking at everything, looking at the levels that I sold at, and all. And are we close to those levels? Are we above those levels? You know, what's going on? Why these things haven't closed? Has volatility gone up? What's happening in the market at that time? And all. If I see something, if the market is just hovering around one of the strikes, if I can get out of it, you know, at break even, and it looks like the market may continue to drift up or drift down on me, and I just go ahead and try to close it for a smaller loss, maybe $1 or a break even, dollar or less, especially on a small account. Even in the larger account, I don't want to take no $2. I like to take $1 or less because I can make $1 in a day, no problem, and all. So that's what I prefer to do, and all. And taking $1, that means I would be giving, instead of closing this at 55 cents, I would have to be closing it at $2 and maybe 10 cents. That's the whole thing. So I'll be giving that whole dollar back plus another dollar, and another dollar at $2 with 2 contracts. What is that? That's like a couple hundred. That's like $200 or $300. That's like $200. I hope it's not $2,000. That's the whole thing. You know, I'm not. Bottom line, I'm not gonna take a loss. Let me do the math. $2 times 100, that's $200. And then 10 wide, that's $2,000. You'll be end up losing $2,000. You lost almost half of your account. Then minus the credit that you received, and you only received, you know, $100 on one of them. You received $110 on one, and then another one we received $3.20 or something like that on that. So you only received $400. So you're going to end up losing $1,600 on the trade. So that's why it gets back in these small accounts and all. Sometimes it's better not to even be taking this 50 cents like I'm doing right now. 50% of the credit. Get back just like what you do in your large account, like I do in my large account. Only take 25% of that credit, and all, because you know a high percentage. They've done the math. They've done all the studies. Show that a higher percentage of the time you're going to have winners, and with now selling both sides. And if I did something like that, even if I took a third, that means I'd be closing the other one at $2. And just say I close it at $2. One of them I closed at $2, and this one, if I took a third, I would close this one at 60 cents and all. And then let's take a quick look at that. Let me go ahead and send this out. This one I'll be closing at 60 cents, but I'll be looking to get 40. And again, that's really pretty close. I'll be closing at 60 cents, 65 cents and all. That's getting pretty close already. But I'm going to go ahead and send it out. You verify that it is correct. And see there's that number here, maximum. This maximum profit is really about your maximum loss on these trades. And so close that. Boom. And so now both trades are set with their closing orders and all. And I did these, and let's look at, now we need to look at our working orders. I got 3 working orders. That Q trade is up there and all. One of the trades, the one that we just put on, and all, that we're trying to close at 55 cents, is at 95. The other one that we're trying to close at 55 cents at 285. We sold that for $3, so we can close both of them right now. We can close profitable, and all $10 on that one, and on this one we're looking at $30 on that one. So you can close them and make $40 real quick. So again, I could be making half of the money on these 2 trades, like right now, if I really wanted to, but we want to try to give them a little bit more time and see what happens, and this is the other. I'm going to show you another little thing that I do. I sold on the call side. We sold at 7,600, and on the put side we sold. And again, I'm not looking at the deltas like I normally do in my other accounts and stuff when I'm actually putting these on live. I usually try to sell around a 0.2 delta and all. I didn't do any of that. I'm looking at market levels and all. And because I'm trying to get the maximum better than I think I can get safely. But you don't know what's safe out here. What is safe? Nothing is safe. You know. And the other one that I sold it at 65 because you gotta sell high and buy back low. So I sold it at 75, 65, 75, 65. And what I'm doing is I want to go back to the chart. This is what I usually do. I go back to the chart, and then I usually put alerts at these levels, or put alerts just above these. Well, I put lines at these levels is what I do. If you saw my videos that I did on the other ones, I would draw a price level line, and I mean what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go back to price level. I have not used these drawing tools in a while. I will put a price level line at 65. It can be a little bit higher. Oh boy, what I'm doing. Man. All right, here. Let's do it right at. Let's do it. We want it to be. It can be above. Let's put it at 65. We're gonna put it at 68. Again, because you want to know. That the market is moving. You want to give yourself a little bit of time. You got to know what you're going to do. You're going to close the trade or you're going to roll the trade. That's the other thing that you can do. You can roll the trades, and a lot of times I do that. So I'm putting a line here, and I want to edit it. It's a red line. I don't mind it being red, but I like it to be dash, and I like it to be a little bit thicker, and also I know it's something different. That's what I want to do. Then and that's the one at 60. That's for an hour. That's our put line. And let me say, I must also edit this. What I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna put sell line, and I'm gonna put. I usually on my I'll put roll or close. Put sell. And we're going to put 75, 65, 75, 65. So I know what level actually. I know I'm not quite there yet, but that's what that is. And I'm going to leave it just like that. Leave that like that. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Edit, duplicate drawing. And I'm going to put it up. Edit. We're going to set this one at our top level. We're going to set it at 76. 76. And it can be a little bit lower. Let's put it at 75. 97. And we want to leave it just like that, and we're going to call this our call. Sell at 7,600. Roll the close. And that's it. And that's what I do. I have that on my chart. I can just take a quick glance at the chart and see what's going on. If these things haven't closed, and at around that time, see where they're at. I see I'm fighting down here closer on this side right here at this put level where the market is still trying to stay above, these levels down here. Previous day. This is the previous day. This is a couple days ago high, and all that is trying to stay above, and all. This is the first day of the month, so again, I kind of expect this little action that I'm seeing here, this little sideways thing, this little beating down a little thing. They're trying their first of the month, trying to get their stuff in there. They're close. If this is the time for them to do their look back and their analysis, and now based on what they've seen, I need to be long this, short that, got out of this, and all. They do a lot of their executing of their readjusting their positions or readjusting their portfolios or whatever at this time. These first 5 days days, maybe these first 5 days of the week. So again, it works. The trading is usually a little bit different on the first of the month and all. So that's why again I don't mind based on what I see. I wait a little bit longer here, definitely in a smaller account to see what's going on, and then I place my trades and let's see what happens here. All right, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much we got everything set. These are our exit orders to get out of that call. This is the one to get out of the put and all. As you can see, no, that's the call. The call to get out of the call is down here at 55 cents. And all, we need that market to drop down there. That's not going to happen. We're looking for time to actually get us out of the put. We're looking for the market to go here. So again, I like that. The one I was a little bit, I must have been a little bit, I was a little bit more aggressive on the put side. As you can see, I'm at around a 0.3 delta, and on the call side here, I'm at a 0.13 delta. This is closer to what I'm normally doing. I'm usually way out of the money, because again, I don't want to lose any money, and I want to make sure, I want to do the best I can based on what I'm seeing at the time to make sure that trade is going to be profitable. I don't care if it's only, like I say, only $50. That's half of the money that I need to make that day, and this is more closer to normal, what I would normally be doing. I could did a little strike a little bit closer, but again, I'm also looking at what's happening in the market. Will the market want to make all-time highs today? So long as this thing give us some time, another couple hours and all, we should be okay, and that's what I'm kind of expecting. So that's it. That's pretty much all I want to share with this. Maybe I'll do a part 2 on this to tell you exactly what happened here. This is that margin account. What's that margin account doing that for? Yeah, I know what happened there. That's okay. I don't mind that. I know what happened there. That's when you don't pay attention to your virtual account. That's what happened there. And you throw on some crazy trades. But as we can see, both of these trades are actually in the money, making pretty good money. You can see where the market is at the time on this particular platform. It shows you where things are trading at and all. And we know we sold this at $3.10 down here. We sold this at $1.10, and they're both, again, you want to sell high and buy back low. And right now, both of them are looking pretty good. Me trying to take 50%. It's really kind of crazy. Normally, like I said, I usually only take 20 to 25% of the credit that I actually received on these trades. But since these are small trades and I'm being a little bit more risky in this smaller account, that's what most people do. And that's how you end up blowing your small account, because you end up taking more risks, with less money, and then it ends up blowing that. Because again, it's a crazy whole mindset thing, that you have to kind of like. This is why it's good to practice and kind of see how things work, and then you may get to a point where you realize, I can't take that kind of risk in the small account. You get where you'll be putting money in over and over and over and over again, and that's why I tell people still. Don't lose no more than $3,000 a year. That's all the tax man is going to allow you to write off per year. Yeah, you can roll those losses over for the next 20 years if you end up doing something really crazy. But you don't want to do that. You want to take your time and learn, get educated, where you can understand what's going on out here, what's the best strategies for you to use in your small account, and then go from there. And that's pretty much it. Again, it gets back to, you got to get yourself in the right mindset in order to do this stuff. Get where you want to win, and still take minimum risk. Everything is risky, but you want to kind of take minimum risk. And these trades I think are pretty good. In my opinion, these are pretty good trades But I'm doing them in a little bit more risky way. I'm trading 0-day options where I'm not giving myself any time to be right. I'm trading 2/3 of that account, 2/3 of the money that I actually have, and I traded one of them really pretty close to the market, because I'm thinking that I'm near the bottom of the market. I don't know if I'm near the bottom of the market, or this market is somebody's going to make some crazy announcement today, and this market ends up dropping 100 points going through both of my strikes. Anything can happen. So that again is why things are calm and I can see some profit. A lot of times you just take your profit, and right now we can see that profit is at $150 already. Why is it showing so high? That's what it's showing right now. So again, I'm being greedy, and that's normally what we do. But that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. Yep, that's all I really want to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Uh, I was just trying to see if they was going to close here at any time soon, but seem like they're not. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Oh, there's one of them closed. I'm close at the one for the $3.10 one that we did. It ended up closing. And what time is it? 11:05. This is another hint. Well, I don't like doing these trades too late. I like to do them before these times when the market is going to do these crazy things. And I have seen live trades, like I say, close like this. Sometimes you won't get those close. You'll see yourself sitting on the bid or sitting on the offer, and your trade won't close. But a lot of times with these spread trades, you end up closing. So that's why I like setting my limit orders out there as soon as possible. As you can see, this other one didn't close, but that one that was closer to the money it did close. And that's why that was my go-to trade, like right away. And then I decided, okay, let's try to go ahead and do both sides and see how this thing works out. And that's it. That's all I really want to trade. And the profit, as we can, you won't see the real profit, but we know we made $150 on that trade because we sold it for $3.10 and we closed it for $1.50. So that's $150 that we made on this trade. Really, if I really wasn't trying to just do this whole educational thing and try to show you what goes on here, I could go ahead and close this trade right now for a break even, meaning closing it for $1.10. And all it would have cost me is commissions. That I could do. Look like this market is trying to go up based on what I'm seeing here on these option prices. And that's the whole thing and as you can see, it is going up. That was another reason why that put side actually really ended up closing. And this is one of the things, that market has to go all the way up here in order to make that call side bad and stuff. And the thing is that 7600 may be a magnet and draw that market all the way up there. So if this was a live, what I should not, what I'm gonna do. So I want to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and close this trade. See if I can close it for $1. You see, it's going $1.20. That's 10 cents above. So that's $10 above times 2. So that's just $20 that I'll be giving back. And I gotta be okay with that. And I will go ahead and do that. Just to show you, I do a cancel and replace. And instead of unlock it and do it at $1.20. I'm gonna try to do it at $1.20 if I can. We can see that market is trying to go up. Let's just try to get on out of this and keep those losses small. And see, will it do that for us? And this is definitely when you're trading live, you start trying to get out of things like that, it does give you a hard time. It would have been better if I'd kind of just went a little bit higher, gave back a little bit more, and been okay with collecting my $150 minus whatever I end up giving back on this trade. Be okay with that. And I'm gonna do it. This is really how I do it in the live account. There it go. It just dropped below there at $1. And a lot of times in your live account, that might have got you out, just like right now. Boom, we're done. And it's got us out at $1.10. So we ended up breaking even. You can see it right here. We ended up breaking even on that trade, and we made $1.50 on the other trade. It's, for me, based on how I trade, when I'm doing these things now, and my other strike is at a magnet and this thing, a lot of times it may work out if it went throughout the day, but why put myself through that stress? Don't get greedy. Just take the money that you've made and be okay with it. And that's it. And the other thing that I really want to do with that, just to see if they would allow me to put that other side on with not that much more buying power impact. And they did. So again, I don't trade on this platform live, those type trades and all. So it was kind of nice to see that. So that's all I really have to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. I hope this might be helpful for some. It was pretty good for me. I did pick up a little. I realized something here just then and all. But that's it. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Right Side Trader here. Have a good one. Bye.